Wood has been the backbone of construction for thousands of years, from the Viking longhouses to medieval castles and humble timber-framed cottages. But anyone who has worked with wood knows its greatest enemy: moisture. Even the sturdiest oak or pine will succumb to rot if water penetrates its fibers. Today we rely on chemical sealants, treated lumber, and synthetic coatings to protect wood. Yet medieval builders had a secret weapon, an ancient, natural moisture barrier that has been largely forgotten. This technique wasn't just superstition, it was the product of centuries of observation, trial, and refinement, and it worked so well that many medieval structures still stand today. For history enthusiasts and modern woodworkers alike, this is, a lesson in preserving timber the sustainable, time-tested way. Why medieval builders prioritized moisture control over modern sealants? In the Middle Ages, chemical preservatives didn't exist. Builders had to work with what nature provided. They quickly learned that wood in contact with the ground, exposed to rain, or used in wet environments would decay rapidly. Observations over generations revealed that certain treatments dramatically slowed decomposition. Instead of fighting the elements with expensive or unavailable materials, they created barriers that repelled water and allowed wood to, breathe. This understanding of moisture management is exactly what modern enthusiasts can replicate to extend the life of timber structures today. How medieval craftsmen used natural oils and tars to protect timber. One of the most common methods involved natural oils, pitch, and tar. Derived from pine, spruce, or birch, these substances were heated and applied to exposed wood surfaces. The hydrophobic qualities of these substances created a protective layer that blocked water while still allowing the wood to expand and contract naturally with changes in humidity. For example, shipbuilders coated hull planks in pine tar to prevent water infiltration, while housewrights treated beams and posts that touched the ground. Today, a modern application could involve using boiled linseed oil or natural pine tar on fence posts, outdoor furniture, or log cabins. By warming the oil slightly and applying multiple thin layers, you can replicate the medieval effect safely and effectively. Why layering and surface preparation mattered more than quantity. Medieval builders understood that more isn't always better. They carefully prepared the wood by sanding, planing, or cleaning it to remove dirt, bark, or loose fibers. Then, they applied multiple thin coats of tar oil or pitch, letting each layer penetrate before adding the next. This slow, deliberate process allowed the moisture barrier to bond deeply to the timber, creating long-lasting protection without sealing the wood completely, which could trap moisture and accelerate rot. In modern practice, prepping the wood surface and building up layers gradually is just as critical. This ensures deep absorption, durability, and even protection for timbers exposed to rain or snow. How design choices complemented moisture protection. Medieval structures weren't just protected chemically, they were designed to shed water naturally. Roof overhangs, raised foundations, and angled beams minimize the wood's exposure to moisture. Combined with oil and tar treatments, this strategic placement greatly reduced rot risk. Today, incorporating design principles like raised posts, sloped surfaces, and proper ventilation enhances the effectiveness of any moisture barrier. Even in small-scale projects like pergolas, raised planters, or outdoor benches, mimicking these medieval strategies, prevents unnecessary decay. Why breathable protection was key to long-lasting wood. Unlike modern sealants that create airtight coatings, medieval moisture barriers actually allowed wood to breathe. This prevented trapped moisture from accumulating inside the timber, which would otherwise encourage fungal growth and, honestly, accelerate rot. The combination of breathable oils, tar coatings, and smart structural design created a system where water was kept out, but internal moisture could escape. Modern enthusiasts can replicate this principle by avoiding completely impermeable paints or coatings in outdoor settings, opting instead for breathable oils or wax finishes that protect while preserving the wood's natural expansion and contraction. How modern science validates these medieval methods. Recent studies confirm that pine tar, linseed oil, and similar natural treatments contain compounds that are naturally antimicrobial and hydrophobic. These substances inhibit the growth of fungi and bacteria responsible for decay, explaining why centuries-old structures survive in surprisingly good condition. For those restoring timber buildings, building new log structures, or maintaining wooden furniture outdoors, applying these time-tested methods provides a chemical-free, sustainable solution that works with nature rather than against it. Start by preparing your timber. Clean it thoroughly, remove debris, and lightly sand the surface to open the pores. So, you want to start by gently heating natural pine tar linseed oil, or, even a combination of the two. Then, just apply thin coats with a brush or a cloth, making sure to let each coat really soak in before you add the next one. For the best results, it's a good idea to combine this treatment with some smart design principles, like keeping your timber elevated from the ground, ensuring proper drainage, and adding protective overhangs. Honestly, even a small application on things like fence posts, beams, or outdoor furniture can make a huge difference. It'll significantly extend the life of your timber, all while staying true to medieval practices. Why revisiting medieval wood preservation matters today. The medieval moisture barrier really shows us that longevity and durability are totally possible without relying on modern chemicals. By combining natural treatments with smart design, our ancestors managed to protect timber for decades, even centuries. For historians, survivalists, and craftsmen, studying these methods is both an homage to ingenuity and, honestly, a practical guide for sustainable construction today. If you want to explore more forgotten historical techniques, practical preservation strategies, and ancient wisdom for modern survival, go ahead and subscribe to History Vault. Share this video with fellow enthusiasts and start protecting your wood the way medieval builders did, naturally, effectively, and sustainably.